Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McLean of Veteran Rescue Mission. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Yeah, it was an amazing November Veterans Day month, I'd like to call it. And now we're just going into this month with the wreath placement ceremony on December 16th at 10 a.m. at the Arizona Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Marana. That's for those who are looking for the address. That's 15950 Norrin Luckett Road. They're still looking for more donations and more people to actually place the wreaths. So I'm going to be there. I hope to see you there. We'll be there.
Yes.
Yeah, we will be there. I'll be there arm in arm with you, and Tina will have to push me out of the way if she wants to.
Yeah, I want to get as many people as there as possible to honor the veterans and definitely help take care of placing the wreaths, because it's a very important thing, and it's an honor to be able to be involved with that.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think about that, Ron?
Yeah, definitely. It's great.
You're in?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. What about you, Frank?
100% in, baby. Boss is in, I'm there, man. All day, every day.
Yeah, and if there's food, he's definitely there.
You had me at
Don't
wreaths.
think that there's going to be food, but we're going to be placing the wreaths. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and there's going to be a short ceremony, and then they give out the wreaths, and we go out and place them. So it should be really great.
Mm.
So it is time once again for The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Pitcher Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Yeah, that's us.
Hey, here we are.
Where'd we go?
We went over to Tucson Tamale.
We sure did.
Over on Ina and Oracle.
That was absolutely incredible. Frank, the other Frank, not Frank.
Spot. I know Frank.
Not the Tank Frank.
Right.
Oh, the non-Tank Frank.
Non-Tank Frank, not the second coolest guy in Tucson, but the Tamale Frank guy.
Tamale Frank, there you go.
Actually, Tamale Frank was actually pretty fun. So
He was,
I don't know. I'd have to put them like side by side to see who's actually the cooler one.
Yeah, we're not allowed in the same room together. We were at the
Fair
proper
enough.
shops,
Fair
and
enough.
Tom Heath would say, "Hey, y'all need some separation."
Yeah, I could see like a Frank battle royale.
It was.
busting out
Who was
there.
trying to be funnier?
Yeah.
He won.
He is a
for
really
sure.
good guy,
Hilarious,
though. He is, and he's doing a good job over there at Tucson Tamale.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, we had some really
incredible.
Tasty bites over there.
Mm-hmm.
The chips alone, the corn chips,
Yeah.
they
Just
come
the
out
warm,
hot,
yeah.
and they're really tasty. And then he makes his own fresh tortillas, and then the tamales he has on hand, and
The salsa bar.
the salsa bar.
Yeah, we're sitting there for like 30 minutes just like trying different type of
Hot sauces.
with the
That's
chips
right.
and the tamales. So that
And-
was a pretty cool experience in itself.
Yes, absolutely. And we did bring in some of his hot sauces that he gifted us, and this one was probably one of my favorites now because it's cocoa ghost hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely has that chocolate flavor.
Yeah.
And it's like
It
like
is.
hot chocolate, but without the heat.
Yeah, I remember tasting it. It was
Temperature heat.
It has like a little bit of like the hot sauce taste at first, but then there's this real smooth chocolatey
it's followed by that
aftertaste.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
It is really good. And and you know me. I mean, I'm actually surprised. Like you guys had me like really stepping outside my box.
We did. We
At
had you try
260 all
some
kind of
pretty
stuff.
spicy
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
I was jumping in as if I'm not a big baby about it. Like you guys really like, you tested my masculinity and I stepped up. So thank you guys for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll let you go back with us.
Thanks. Yay.
And this week, we're going to be going out to another coffee shop.
Right.
And we're going to just drop in and take over and do some live film and check it out on Facebook, and Instagram and YouTube and wherever else we post
and
it.
definitely enjoyed this last one. I say last one, but enjoy this next one because it'll be probably the last one where we have the poorest production possible, because
True.
we're getting some new toys to step up our
Yes, we
audio and video production. But they've are on location. The guys or Coffee with the Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rocks Clean Heating and Plumbing. They've been going really cool, super cool conversations that sometimes go every single direction, but usually focus around
Right.
that place that we're at. So certainly, check it out on all the different platforms.
It is. It's a good time, and it's good fellowship with each
Mhm,
other, and we
yeah.
get to try some good bites or some good coffee.
Mhm.
So you can't
Both,
beat that. Yeah.
Hopefully. And it was Cave, wasn't it? We're gonna go
Crave Coffee Bar. Yeah.
That's right. And it's going to be amazing. Hopefully, we can get them out to the show so they can talk about the coffee. Next week, we'll have Yellow Brick Coffee on, which is really exciting.
Right. We were there already and did a remote there.
We did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So
and the only thing we didn't talk about in regards to our trip to the Tucson Tamale, what is it called? Company or factory market?
Tucson Tamale Company.
Yeah.
Tucson,
Yeah.
The only thing we didn't talk about is actually we had tamales.
We did.
We
have
did.
tamales.
And we had tamales a lot of different ways. Have you ever heard of this? Questions for Frank, the Tank. Have you ever had a grilled cheese tamale?
Oh, not yet.
So
Not yet. I'm already salivating. You had me at
Frank
tamale.
made this amazing grilled cheese. He
Yeah.
actually takes the cheese, he puts it on the griddle, he lets it cook down a little bit, and he puts the tamale in it and rolls it. And then he lets it simmer there for a minute, and then he puts it in and he brings it out, and you put hot sauce on it, and it's
amazing.
It was
Yeah.
heaven.
Yeah. We had an assortment of different tamales, so
Yeah.
he took care of us there.
He took real
green
good
chili and bean, black bean was
Yeah.
my favorite tamale.
Yeah.
And
we had
usually
green
I do
chili and
the-
pork, and we had green
Mhm.
chili and cheese.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Not only did he take really good care of us, and I was kind of like, I was watching just like in my side of my eye, because I brought my big, tall 15-year-old son with us to kind of like hang out. He was just Frank, and just the personnel there at Tucson Tamale Company. They just took care of everybody.
They do. He's
Yeah.
out there.
Mhm.
They're all out there greeting their guests when they
Mhm.
come in, making
Yeah.
sure that they're all taken care of, making
Yeah.
sure that they get the food that they ordered.
Mhm. Interacting with them, kind of
Interacting.
out there in
super
the.
attentive.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
And it wasn't just us; it was everybody.
It's
Mhm.
everyone.
It was like going into a restaurant with family, and
Mhm.
everybody's there just hanging out and having a good time, making sure that everybody's fed and happy.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and then their wall of hot sauce. He has over
350, I think.
Yeah, over 350 hot sauces in there.
Yeah.
So anything that you like. In fact, we got one that it's rated as painful.
Mm.
And I think we need to try that one.
That sounds like a very appetizing rating.
Yeah, it's
Yum.
piri hot sauce. I don't know, but I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
You in?
Of course.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Frank.
I'm not, because what workers' comp cover that?
Oh, no.
It can't be as painful as the Pepper X that I have up here.
Oh man.
But we're going in for
All right.
a early tasty bite here, John.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, you got me trying out stuff at Tucson Tamale. So yeah, enjoy that. Breathe that in for now, and it'll be a while till I
Wow,
probably.
the smell is just
It's
incredible.
it's pretty painful. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I gotta talk for the next 45 minutes. So
It's
yeah.
good though. It is. It's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what that is. That's ghost pepper.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's not really painful though.
That's not bad.
No.
No.
Yeah, I like the ghost pepper I learned last time when we went to Tucson Tamale.
You want some?
No, I'm good.
he learned. No.
Yeah.
This one's hotter than the ones you had last week, and then
Mhm.
any
Oh,
of the
yeah.
ones that we had last
Okay,
week.
then, yeah, I'm definitely good then.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe next time we do a segment, maybe. But we got plenty of show ahead of us here, and we got, I don't know what our tasty bite is going to be today, but you have to save my palate for that.
All right.
Outstanding. Well, it was a great time, and I actually look forward to hanging out with you every week.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, it's good times.
Not only is it great conversation, but it's just I don't know what it's a good community activity.
It is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would say.
Not only that, we're out there and we're checking out these mostly small coffee shops, independent
Absolutely.
coffee shops,
Mm-hmm.
giving them, a little bit of boost and telling people where we're at and what we're drinking over there. And I think it probably just helps them too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's so many amazing coffee shops in Tucson
Right.
that are roasting their own coffee, brewing their own coffee, their own style, and it's absolutely incredible to highlight that, because that's definitely a certain part of Tucson
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people just don't get to, either they don't see it or they don't get to interact with it
Right.
on the level that we can.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have anything else for us today?
No, I don't think so. I think
Well,
that's about
I'm going to
it.
miss you
Yeah.
for the rest of the show, but
Yeah.
thank you very much, Frank and Ron from Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. This is The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. I'm your host, Wesley Source. We'll be right back. Again, a special thank you to our sponsors, Kiki Rogers, Country Financial Insurance, Bureau Earl, Premium Beef, ERC Junction, Veteran Rescue Mission, Bellows Gelato, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Again, thank you. Dirty Cactus Soap and Mafia Kitchen. And we'll be back with Mafia Kitchen here in studio. We're going to have some great cannolis. And
What's a cannoli?
forget about it. Stay tasty, Tucson, and all right, we'll see you shortly. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McLean.
Mhm.
How you doing?
I'm excellent.
I'm going to plug the reef placement ceremony again.
Let's do it.
December 16th at 10 a.m. It's a Saturday. Veteran Memorial Center at Marana. If you need the web or the address, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and any other platform that you can think of.
Smoke screen, they're honing pigeon.
Yes.
Yeah, we pretty much any way you get communication.
Smoke signals, did you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, smoke screen? I don't know about smoke
well,
screen.
you would use smoke signals in a smoke screen, right?
Oh, got it. But I hope to see everybody there. It starts at 10. There's going to be a short ceremony, and then we're going to place the wreaths on the graves to celebrate Christmas
That's
and
gonna be
celebrate
cool.
the veterans. So definitely come out and join us. We're here in studio now with Sean Smiley
Yes, indeed.
from ERC Junction.
All right.
How's that? We're bringing
like
it
it.
down to Sean's level now.
now you both sound like Shaq. Okay.
Thank goodness I am not his height and have to buy his special shoes,
I
because
know,
his shoe
that-
size is what,
that'd be
like
difficult.
26 or something? I don't
Something
know.
like that.
It's
Yeah.
just that's a big shoe.
That is a big
to,
shoe.
to feel. All right, I'm good. I'm Wesley Source. We have Mafia Kitchen here, and I'm very excited about Mafia Kitchen because Andrea not only makes the best cannolis in Tucson, she's been a chef for how many years?
30 plus.
So 30 plus years.
Yes.
That's a long time. I think she
Yeah.
fits the whole profile of being on the show, right?
She's an expert, I would say, for sure.
She ran a commercial kitchen for a little minute, or
Yeah.
a short minute, right?
Oh, yeah. I've run many, and I was a corporate chef. I've
Mhm.
worked in a lot of different restaurants and hotels.
And I'm pretty
resorts.
sure every chef in Tucson knows who you are.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because everybody's like, "Is that?" So
That's
it's.
Andrea.
Right.
But
That's
you
cool.
don't just make cannolis, do you?
No.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I started at 13 as a dishwasher at Lotus Garden. So back in the day, they used to still do Peking duck, and I used to pluck all the feathers, come home with fish scales and feathers in my hair.
Wild.
Wow.
So, and then I went to culinary school and graduated and moved back down, and the rest was history.
Hmm.
That's exciting.
So,
Have you ever talked to anybody with ERC?
no.
Well, Sean, why don't you tell us a little bit about ERC Junction
Yeah, so,
and what you guys do?
I sell the most fun thing in the world to sell, and it is money back from
candy.
the IRS.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
Candy.
Money. Candy.
so when did you start the Mafia Kitchen?
So Mafia Kitchen was actually started in 2019,
Okay.
right before pandemic, and we were Andrea's Gourmet LLC.
Okay.
That's our
And
parent
is it
company.
just you, or do you have any
Nope,
employees?
just me. I'm a woman-owned and operated women company, and I make cannolis and do caterings.
That's awesome. So,
Yeah.
ERC is money back from the government if you kept employees paid, W-2
Mhm.
employees, in 2020 or 2021. So if it was just you, unfortunately, there's no money there.
But I'm cheap.
However, you
Tough
probably
crowd.
know a lot of people who could qualify, and I pay a lot of money for referrals. So,
Oh, well, there you
because I'm
go.
always looking for that warm introduction, people know and like and trust you,
Yeah.
and
My
they're not
people
really,
will call your people.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're not sure who to trust. So,
True.
Well, we are the mafia, so.
up
very
to
trustworthy.
$26,000 per employee.
I can neither
Wow.
confirm nor deny.
I
No, I
cannot.
am not a part of the mafia. I'm sorry.
Cannoli mafia.
Cannoli mafia.
It's a
That's
great
right.
name, though, Mafia Kitchen. I
Thank
love
you.
it.
Yes, and the commercial's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to record and write.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think John had fun even.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I just kind of like I just played along because I didn't really know what was going on. But yeah, looking back on it, it came out great.
And that was the goal, just kind of spring it on you so that
Yeah.
you're as authentic as possible.
Congratulations,
You were
Fred.
It
great.
worked.
Yeah. What's a
made me
cannoli?
Forget about it. Anyway, so so you just make regular cannolis that you can pick up at the grocery store.
No, mine are not regular.
Oh.
Mine are authentic Sicilian cannolis made from scratch. We do everything from scratch. High quality ingredients, 100% whole milk ricotta, made shells. We do everything right.
So
And
your ricotta it's not regular ricotta then.
it's the highest brand of ricotta. It's the highest quality. It's the best brand, excuse me. And it is a super fine sieve. So it's the most smooth, and we don't add any powdered sugar or mascarpone or cream cheese to help cut costs. So our price is reflectant of that, as well as it being high quality ingredients, natural ingredients.
Well, for the size of your cannolis, I mean,
They're big.
it works.
Mine
I
are
mean,
bigger
$10
than-
is still cheap
Yeah.
for a giant cannoli that's made from scratch, and you make all the shells yourself.
We do. It's a Sicilian recipe with cinnamon, and we use a Marsala wine
Mm.
and we don't use cocoa powder. Some Sicilians use cocoa powder, which makes the shell more dark.
Mm-hmm.
But we also utilize a little white vinegar in ours to give it a little bit more flakiness and crispy texture.
So where do you do the actual baking of the shell?
All in my amazing commissary kitchen.
Nice.
We actually go there. We used to rent a little church out, but we got too big, so now we have a commissary. We rent actually from Malta Joe, who does the pazzizzis, and he's awesome. We've done a lot of events with him, and when I started getting bigger, I asked him about it, so he
Nice.
saved me a spot.
So
That's
of the
awesome.
different cannolis, what are some of these different flavors that we have?
Well, we do over 100 different flavors on rotation based on seasonality.
100.
Yes,
It's like,
and
move over, Baskin Robbins.
that's right. That's right. I don't do them all at
99.
once because I would have to have 8,000 more arms. But we do. I get crazy ideas. I get challenged a lot. Customers will come over to the cart and ask me if there's a specific flavor they like. I love the challenge. And so I utilize this natural ingredients to try to mimic the flavor of whatever it is.
What would you say are like top 3 or like your signature cannolis?
Well, my signature cannoli is my family recipe that started, and that was what generated the whole concept for Mafia Kitchen. But it is a chocolate cherry cordial.
Okay.
And as a kid growing up, my family, we would only get one at Christmas if we were good throughout the year. So when you showed up to our great grandmother's house, that plate would be there at your place sitting, and if it wasn't, you knew you weren't good. So I tried every year to make sure I was a good kid.
Nice.
Did you
'Cause I
always get a
learned-
cannoli?
I always got a
The
cannoli.
cannoli
course.
And
rewards
I got-
system.
I
Well
I
done.
pretty much helped make them every year too. So it was kind of like I had a shoe in with grandma.
Yeah. That's
So
positive
it's-
affirmation if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
So do you have a flavor of the month?
Our flavors of the month change and vary based on events.
Okay.
So depending if we go to an event that has kids, we definitely try to give them something that they would like. I really am a believer of developing young children's palates at a young age, letting them have something that they're not used to. So definitely I do like the Oreo and the cookies and cream, or I'll change the name of cookies and cream to Oreo Monster for Halloween. And I told them it's a costume. So the cream was blue with chocolate chips and white chocolate chips and Oreo cookies and Chips Ahoy's, and so the kids love it, and they
That's
come up
great.
and they're willing to try something new.
Well,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're all kids here, and
We
I
are.
know Wesley's dying to ask you if you've ever done one with ghost pepper in it.
No, but I have actually done it for, actually me and Lindy worked on a cannoli once, and I did a jalapeno chocolate with raspberry jam.
Huh.
Nice
And a
plug for
maple-
Thunder Bacon Burger.
There you go, and it had maple bacon on it, so it was pretty good.
See, you got to do one with Pepper X now.
I would totally do that, actually.
Because that is the best flavor on the planet. And my mouth is starting to water just looking at the bottle. I got to put it down. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I was paid to eat a habanero pot pepper at a food show once, and I died. I ate the whole thing. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to swallow it, so I did, and it was horrible.
Well, it's
can
good to
imagine.
see you resurrected.
I'm still
You know,
here.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm still here, but I swallowed it like a champ.
I could totally see a serrano. I think a serrano pepper would be better for a cannoli, just because of the flavor. It would pair nicely with the ricotta, and you could do the chocolate or whatever else, and it would go well. I mean, serrano goes with a lot of different things like truffle.
You got the truffle in
Oh,
it?
did he say truffle?
Oh, come on, there we go.
I've got
All
two
right.
truffles actually. Here you go.
Cool.
And I'll throw the bag of chips over to you for
Okay.
everybody that's
I'll
on
eat. I'll eat that.
Yeah.
Who's taking me to the hospital when I can't breathe?
No, those are actually really easy hot
So-
sauces. The this one or the Pepper X. If you do the Pepper X or the Last Dab experience, you do get a special sticker, but I don't recommend it until after the show.
Okay.
I did try a hot one right before the end of the last segment, and my mouth was watering all the way through the.
Yeah. And you tried to get me to do it, and I told you no for that reason. So yeah, here we are.
For $18.95 a bottle, I'm gonna eat a little bit extra on my
yeah,
chips
It's truffle though.
Tasty
It's
taste.
worth it.
because it is truffle. That's right. I actually do some savory cannolis too.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're going to talk about that and more when we come back after the break here. And this is Andrea of Mafia Kitchen. And special shout out to ERC Junction. That's ercjunction.com. We have him for 2 segments of the show today, which is really amazing. And we'll be back with Tasty Bites with Pastor John,
I can't
brought to
wait.
you by ERC Junction. And I am your host, Wesley Source. Special thank you again to our sponsors. That's Kiki Rogers with Country Financial Insurance, Vera Earl Premium Beef, ERC Junction, Veteran Rescue Mission, Bella's Gelato, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, Desert Cactus Soaps, Mafia Kitchen, and Stay Tasty Tucson. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McLean.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
How you been?
I've been doing great, man. We're just cooking away. I mean, the Tucson Tasty Show, we've expanded. All of our
We have.
partners have expanded. We got
Mhm.
some really cool stuff cooking. Pun completely intended ahead. So, yeah, man.
I can't wait.
God is good.
What are you, 3 months in now? How long has the show been on?
Yes.
Yeah?
I have no
That's
idea.
Yeah,
This is
we're
just
going to
what
have to
I
get back
take
to
it
you on
one
that one.
week at a time.
Yeah, I want to think it may be longer than that, but I don't.
I think it's been about 3
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
Because we're at, this is show 17? No.
I have no idea. Yeah, we'll go
15?
The best I can. I'll do with you guys what I do with my kids. I don't have the answer for that right now. I have to get back to you.
I'm focused on the perfection for all of the listeners and making sure that we're entertaining and eating the best food possible. So,
Yeah.
it could be a year. I don't.
Yeah, could have
it
been.
doesn't-
We could have done this 100 years now. We don't even know, Sean.
I'm good.
So, good question.
I'm good. I just enjoy it, and that's the point. But we're heading into Tasty Bites, and that is over to you, Sean.
All right, it's time now for Tasty Bites with Pastor John McLean. This is the place to expand your culinary horizons. Tasty Bites is brought to you by ERC Junction and me, Sean Smiley. So ERC is, it's been so much fun helping so many businesses here in Tucson.
Yes.
And I would say our average restaurant has gotten back between $250,000 and $450,000.
Did you say 250,000?
I did.
Wow.
Yes.
So, if they've already gone through another company, can they come back
Great
to
question.
you?
We've done a lot of reviews like that,
Reviews. There you go.
and technically it's an audit, but I I say review because people get scared of an audit, right? We're not auditing them. I'll give you a great example. There's a really well-known restaurant here in town, a fairly good-sized staff, so they had already gotten $550,000 back by the time I talked to the owner. We did the review. I thought maybe we'll find him another $20,000-$30,000.
Right.
We got him another $698,000 back because the other firm obviously didn't know all the ins and outs of the law.
And that's the important part right there. Right. This is what you specialize in. So you're not just a CPA or an accountant firm that I've been working with for years, but you're somebody that can actually come in and look at everything and get money back that's just sitting on the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's going to expire soon, isn't it?
It is. And if we do the review and they don't get any money, then we don't charge them anything. So it's a win-win.
That's even better.
So the 2020 money is, we got to get all those submissions done by the end of April 2024. So that's coming up quick. And then the 2021 refunds, we have another year. So end of April 2025.
Outstanding. So we are here with Tasty Bites, and I think that Mafia Kitchen's just about done. And
I have never seen a piping done before. This is really fun
the best
to watch.
cannoli places pipe everything right in front of you, or hand you the bag and good luck at home. But she's putting it together, and it's the mint chocolate chip and mint pistachio, which my mouth is watering because I just know how good the tamales.
You've had a
flashback.
You've had a really watery mouth this show, but
yeah, I have.
Yeah,
well,
there's so much food. You knew I was before the show. For now on.
You know what I had for lunch though? I mean, my lunch wasn't even anything. Just a bucket. I had it was Hawaiian short ribs with ramen noodles, and the ramen noodles were fresh, and we pressure cooked the short ribs. So I mean, there wasn't anything that was now you're excited.
I know. I just had 2 corn dogs for lunch.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I should have brought some in for you.
Yes, man. This isn't fair. Luckily, I get to have John. This is John's Tasty Bites, so I get to have some of these Tasty Bites.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only reason Sean comes to the show. So. Yeah.
You always get to go first, though.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Never trust a skinny chef.
That's a true fact.
I have to try all my flavors equally for each hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, there was one week you couldn't be here, and I got to take your place.
Yeah, it was Sean's Tasty Bites.
That was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Andrea, did I tell you that mint chocolate chip is my favorite flavor?
No, you told me subconsciously, and I heard you, and you knew you were I was coming today, so I was like, oh, wonderful flavors I need to bring for Wesley. So.
Well, amazing, because that is my favorite flavor. What's your favorite flavor?
Of cannoli?
Yeah.
What's a cannoli?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know cannolis that well. You forget you're the one teaching me all this stuff. So
fair enough.
Whatever I eat today will be my favorite flavor.
When you think of an ice cream, what's your favorite flavor?
Probably cookies and cream or mint chocolate chip.
Oh, there you go.
Mint chocolate chip is my favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
Cookies and cream is my least favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
You should try mine. Really good.
I like dark chocolate mixed with
a really dark chocolate
caramel.
Wow, you're exotic.
I've made that flavor too.
Let's try some cannolis.
Wow.
Let's try some cannolis.
Try cannolis.
So,
let's get some for our next guest. The next segment's going to have Paul Green. He has a direct line to my funny bone, and I'm sure he's going to be a lot of fun on the show. Passing the cannolis right past me to
Pastor John, you're up, man.
Oh, these good. So what's on the left and what's on the right?
So the one with the white on the right is your mint chocolate chip, and then one on your left is your toasted pistachio.
The toasted pistachio looks really good. I'm going to try them both, but we're going to start with the toasted pistachio.
I would definitely start there. That's one of our popular ones.
There you go, my friend.
And I am rushing to get you napkins because I know you're going to need them.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so we're going in for the bite. There we go.
Oh, do you hear that crunch?
Mm-hmm.
That's what a cannoli should sound like when you eat it.
Absolutely.
Not soggy.
You ready?
They should be piped to order fresh.
That's delicious. That is delicious.
I wish you guys could see their faces right now. Their eyes are rolling into the back of their heads. and they're drooling. I should have brought buckets.
I'm just processing all the flavors and the textures. Like I certainly like in biting into it. One has a certain expectation of a cannoli, but it exceeded that. You know, it had like a softness and a crunchiness to it at the same time.
Best of both.
And then when you get into that flavor, really smooth yet sultry. It's great. Yeah.
So Wesley just caught me. I was keeping the cannolis to myself.
He was trying to hide them from me. This is one of my favorite desserts, just because it's not so overly sweet. A lot of people go for cake. I know my wife Tina does. I don't like cake. I usually refer to it as a dry sponge. Because that's what it feels like when you're chewing on it personally. But cannolis, it's a fried shell. It's a fluffy filling, and the flavors are always just incredible when you make them.
Oh, I appreciate that, Wesley. Thank
So
you.
tell us about last month's November's. You had a pumpkin.
We did pumpkin pie. We did pumpkin praline.
There you go.
And then we did a sweet potato, roasted sweet potato, candied with praline. It was really good. We just get creative. We've done apple pie, pecan praline. Last month we also did Cookie Monster.
I think we tried the Cookie Monster,
Yeah.
and that was really good.
So what are your Christmas flavors?
Oh, we change them up a lot. But right now we're going to be running Oreo for cookies and cream. It's going to be called Santa's Cookies and Milk. That's where I do a little play on different names of the same cream, but we doctor it up and make it pretty for Christmas. We're going to do Andy's Candy. And then we have a couple other flavors we like to roll around
You
with.
do a peppermint like a candy cane?
Yes, we do a mocha peppermint mocha, however you want to say that. We're running the mint chocolate chip that you guys are having today. That is a favorite. And we just finished running out of Boston cream pie. And then we may or may not bring back pumpkin towards Christmas. We've done eggnog before.
Eggnog
Was pretty killer. I do snickerdoodle, which is a cinnamon sugar covered shell. And then it has like a French vanilla cream. I've done run raisin around the holidays. That usually will come into New Year's along with Ode to Elvis. Ode to Elvis is a play on everything that is Elvis's favorites. Peanut butter, bananas, chocolate, pretzels.
Anything he can eat.
Maple bacon.
For sure.
Yeah, basically everything.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing in eating this is it kind of reminds me a little bit of a drumstick. Except for like with flavors you'd never be able to find within a drumstick.
Exactly.
And so for those who want to like try this, very, very unique, particularly for me, like I don't know if I've ever had anything like this. Where can they find you?
Well, that's the fun part. We are for private hire as well as doing mobile, our food cart mobile at certain select events around Tucson. In between events and in between caterings, you can call us for these cannolis, type to order, and we deliver them for free. What we're running right now is this is our small shell, which is about a 2 to 3 bite. You can have a choice up to 3 of the creams that we're running that current week.
Oh, wow.
So that gives you an opportunity to have a couple of our different selections. A lot of people love to follow us because they know that we're not always running the same menu. So it gives them an opportunity to try something new.
So that's Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram and Facebook.
Mafia Kitchen is what you search?
It's Mafia Kitchen 21.
Mafia Kitchen 21.
And then you're going to also see Mafia Kitchen Tucson. That was kind of like our backup page that blew up. So we have 2 pages on that. And then we also do the large shell on the cart. Sometimes when we have breakage, we use the broken shells and we'll make other things with them, like cannoli nachos. So we like to,
nachos.
Yeah, that one's fun. I'm always trying to get creative with my leftovers or
John,
whatever.
you should really try this chocolate hot sauce on the cannoli.
You should.
I think that would be perfect.
Next time.
Next time.
Oh, there's only a select few cannolis left, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, those cannolis were absolutely incredible, and I'm so glad that you're here to talk about the cannolis. I know that we've been, your commercial's been on for the last month, so everybody I'm sure is very excited about this show because finally we get to talk to Andrea from Mafia Kitchen. Thank you for being here in studio. Thank you for coming today, Sean. It was a pleasure having you and hearing more about ERC Junction. And we'll see you next week. We'll be back.
I always love being here with you guys.
Thank you for having me too.
We'll be back. You'll be back next week, and we'll have another amazing chef. You probably know him, Executive Sous Chef Seth. And say that 10 times fast. I dare you.
Executive Sous Chef Seth.
Yeah. See, thank you.
I got it first time. Hey, do I get anything
from the Arizona from the Arizona Sands Club? Again, special thank you to our sponsors. And here's more from our sponsors during this break. Stay tasty, Tucson, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. We're here with a Mafia Kitchen. Andrea is the chef owner of Mafia Kitchen, making the best cannolis, and just forget about even asking if they're good.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah, thank you. And we
leave the guilt, take the cannoli.
And we're also here with my co-host, Pastor John McLean.
Yes, sir.
And we have a special guest, kind of unusual for the show because we're food-based, but what goes better with food than comedy? Paul Green.
I can think of a lot of things that go better with food than comedy, actually.
But it's like at least in the top 10 or 20. For sure.
Right. It's like, hey, do you want ketchup with that hamburger or some comedy?
I'll take some.
Actually, some ketchup would be good, actually. I think I prefer that to a punchline, but we appreciate the gesture.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
I don't even have anything after that.
Yeah, he's good. It's going to be hard. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Between the two of us, yeah, it's going to be
I'm going to try to
difficult.
catch up with you, but... Ooh, there it is.
That was a funny play. Fun play on words. You didn't get the pun.
Did I miss it?
It went over his head, but let's say it again.
Yeah, it's because
I'll try to catch up with you.
I get it. Yeah. Sorry, I don't do lowbrow humor like that. So, you throw a pun at me right over the head.
Okay. I've got the perfect one for you.
I have a refined comedy palate, as you might say.
I'm a dad, so I've got the best dad jokes.
Man.
And I've been hanging this one around a little
I've
bit.
heard this a dozen times.
You
the
have,
past 2
and he
weeks.
laughs almost every time.
Yeah.
But where do bad rainbows go?
I do not know.
Prism. It's a light sentence, but it gives them time to reflect.
Oh, but I like that.
Wow, there's a lot in that. There's
Yeah,
a lot in that to unpack.
You could use that completely. Take that, start your show off every time with that. It'll be a killer.
And I'm not a comedian, everybody. I just want to bring that out.
Well, I'm just still stuck to the fact that you started with "I'm a dad," and that made me realize I'm alone in the world. So thank you very much. Was that too dark? Too dark?
You have cannolis.
By the way, those cannolis, I had
talk about the
I had
cannolis,
two
yes.
before, and they were absolutely fantastic. And I'm glad that I did leave my gun at home so that I could take the cannoli.
That's right.
There you go.
I'm actually thinking of joining the mafia now. I might actually become.
You'd be so good.
That's our fan club, by the way.
I did find it
Mafia.
interesting. I tried to find a Mafia Kitchen on Google Maps, and it doesn't exist, which is so like the Mafia.
It is.
I feel
That's
like
our
it's
front business for our
I
illegal
feel like you're
stuff.
running it out of a laundromat or something like that, and
Some days I feel like it. I'm on spin cycle right now. How many of it?
anytime the IRS comes around, no, there's no Mafia Kitchen here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if she told you where it was at, she'd have to kill you.
I would.
So.
I would.
That's true. Well,
No,
Kill you with
she'd have
calories.
to feed you. There we
With the
go.
calories.
no. She might give me a heart attack with that delicious. My gosh.
Well,
They were. I know I'm joking around. They were absolutely fabulous. I've
Yes.
never tasted anything so delicious. It's like, think of the best graham cracker you've ever had, and that doesn't even do it justice.
Yeah.
And then just the flaky. I've never tasted like a shell like that before, and I was absolutely blown away. So
Thank you.
And you do. You go up to Phoenix as well.
We do.
because you're essentially a food truck.
Yes.
So it's a mobile kitchen. How's that? But she does go up to Phoenix.
Yeah.
When you have a regular.
We're
tell
trying to
us.
get up to Phoenix
words,
more
words,
regular.
words. Answer me.
Answer.
you know, you're not
There's a
really
question.
helping. You're not really helping my mob theory here. It's
Actually.
no, we can move anytime. And, we get a little bit of heat in Tucson. We go to Phoenix. Hey,
You know,
we're
we
just
move
on the
around.
road all the time. Eh?
I have costumes
They move
for
around
a
a
reason.
little bit.
I just put on a different
I think
hat
that's
and
in the
walk through the
commercial.
crowd. No one knows who it is.
But you go up to an event in Phoenix that's a regular event. What's the name of the event?
We are doing the first Fridays up in Phoenix at
First
4th and
Fridays.
Roosevelt. It is
So
huge.
This Friday.
This Friday.
You're going to be at First and Roosevelt in Phoenix.
Fourth and Roosevelt.
Fourth and Roosevelt.
For First Friday. It's called Phoenix First Friday Food Truck Roundup.
I really got to get the VA to give me those hearing aids.
Huh? What'd you say?
It's because I have the volume turned up all the way and I still didn't hear it.
I probably didn't say it right the first 3 times I tried to spit it out of my mouth.
Friday
Use your hands.
My
It works
oh yeah,
better.
the Italian hands. No one can see them, but I use them often. I speak with my hands.
You've never heard about that?
No, I
The
haven't.
hands.
The hands.
The
Well,
hands?
Just watch The Godfather.
The Godfather.
Okay. Well,
For sure.
I've watched it. I've already quoted it. Of course, I've seen it. Oh,
Well,
you mean this?
We express ourselves physically outwards.
What's the matter for you?
Our extremities just go wailing around. And
Did you know that the chef the chopping stance where you put your hand together and
Yes.
you hold everything and you chop it along? I'm sure you've seen it if you've watched any cooking shows at all. It was actually invented by the Italians because you just do this.
Yeah.
You flip it over and it works.
yeah, so you don't cut off your knuckles.
You make a point and you cut carrots. It's
And you chop it choppy. That's why my
It's beautiful.
You do this, you make a point, you chop carrots, and then you chop off somebody's ear to make a point. You know.
well,
It's
you
all-
know, that's
no
the logo
violence
I
is
have.
supported by this show.
Yes.
Everybody,
Big meat cleaver on my logo right there for a reason.
just to cannot the cannolis.
Cannot the cannolis.
Hey,
No, this is your.
This-
is your
this
top.
with Chevin.
This is your best.
I'm sorry again for that, Chef Devin. But it's out in the world. So tell us a little bit about. You have an event coming up, don't you?
Actually, I will be performing also at First Friday in Phoenix this
Oh,
Friday at
nice.
9 o'clock at, the restaurant is called Asian Kitchen or something like that. You can find it on my website, paulgreencomedy.com. If you want to follow me on social media, it's Paul Green Comedy. So, yeah, I'll be at the First Friday doing stand-up comedy. I will also be performing at Jester's Improv Comedy Club on Saturday in Mesa. I'll be at JP's in Gilbert. I'm all over the place performing, spreading laughter and joy.
Interesting.
Beautiful.
If we could, because I mean, this is the first time I actually got to interview you. One, how long have you been a comedian? And two, what is the life of being a comedian like?
Life of being a comedian is doing anything to get a free cannoli because
Okay,
that's.
I'm with you. That's why
I
you're
will-
here. I get it.
I had to drive from Tucson to get a free meal, and totally worth it.
You mean Phoenix?
From Phoenix to Tucson, yes.
Yeah.
Did I not say that correctly?
no, it's like
I heard from Tucson, so
From
I don't
Tucson.
know. That's okay,
well,
though.
you know, I'm-
but you're from
I-
Phoenix, and you drove all the way down to see us
for a free cannoli.
Just like
for a free cannoli.
that's
Yeah.
right.
So
And it was worth it.
to answer your questions, so I started doing improv comedy, which is a little different than stand-up, like Whose
Yes.
Line Is It Anyway type stuff. So I started that in 2008 with
Okay.
Jesters, actually, where I'll be performing this Saturday.
Nice.
And in 2014, I gave stand-up comedy a stab, which is infinitely more challenging for me personally. People think, well, wouldn't improv be harder because you have to make it up on the spot? Not the case at all. So I started stand-up in 2014 and then moved to Los Angeles because I heard they needed more actors and comedians over there. There was a real drought.
I heard
Of
about that.
wannabe
Yeah.
dreamers.
That,
Yeah.
that and
Yeah.
water. The
Yeah.
two things that they're really missing. A lot
Yeah.
over
That's
there.
right.
Yeah, they're like, we have all of these accountants. How come we can't find any entertainers?
Yep.
I'm like, fine, I'll come do it.
We
I'll.
found
Don't
you.
pull my arm.
You're
Congratulations.
welcome, LA. So yeah, I lived there for about 7 years, had a great experience, and then moved back to Phoenix last year, and have just been reestablishing myself in the Phoenix community and trying to expand from there. The life of a comedian. I don't even know how to describe it. It is. Yeah, it's
A
fascinating.
different,
right?
it's
It's
different
Seinfeld,
cannoli every
right?
day.
I mean, every
Yeah.
comedian's like Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, I'm worth $100 million. You're correct.
That makes sense.
I thought he was a billion. I don't
Every
know.
comedian gets a sitcom deal and starts making $1 million an episode by season 4. So,
Well,
you know,
perfect.
I mean,
Congratulations.
it's just a lot of hustling. It's a lot of just trying to hone your craft, trying to make connections. You know,
So when you're writing your scripts, is there inspiration that you pull from?
I'm real big on. I just try to make myself the butt of every joke I say, and just trying to alchemize my pain, my experiences, and try to relate to an audience and be as authentic and vulnerable and as honest as I can. And my hope is that somebody in the audience will go, "Hey, if he can be up there and making fun of himself, maybe my life isn't as bad, or maybe I can, laugh a little bit and forget about whatever horrible thing is going on, because we all know that there's plenty of that. So I just try to, be as authentic, talk about my experiences, my own ignorances, expose my own weaknesses and flaws, and just try to make it okay to be human and to be flawed, and to turn that into comedy. So
I love it.
Do you have a subject matter that's like your subject matter you discuss particularly, or is it just kind of like you're saying where the audience is, where that kind of environment is? I write something to custom to that space.
Well, I do always, as much as I can, because again, I have an improv background, so I'm always spontaneous. You know, like I was sitting here thinking about how can I make jokes about cannoli and the mob and the mafia.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is very easy. Yeah, for sure.
Right. But yeah, so I mean, depending on the venue and everything, I do always try to connect with that particular audience as much as I can, as opposed to just going up there and saying, "Here's my jokes, here's my script, like it or you don't like it." But I also do have my script and my jokes and my material, which again is just about what I've experienced, relationships, being single, all of that sort of stuff, online dating. My topics aren't, mind breaking. I'm not like, wow, he did a joke about Tinder. No comic has ever done that, which means every comic has a joke about online dating, but that's also my experience. So,
do you do musical comedy at all?
I do. So I'm a musician as well, and
nice.
I play piano and do improvised songs for my audience, which is really fun. So in my shows, if I have an opportunity and I have a piano there, what I'll do is I'll start interviewing an audience member, and unbeknownst to them, I'm actually formulating a song about them.
Oh, nice.
So right after our interview, I'll hop over to the piano and then just start improvising a song based off of what we had just talked about, which is
we've
super,
both
super
seen,
fun.
We've actually seen that live at the Arizona Sands Club at the networking meeting, and it's hilarious. He actually did it about one of our, was it Kiki Rogers?
Yeah. Kiki.
Kiki Rogers with Country Financial Insurance, and it was spot on. I mean, it was a good, and it was wholesome. It's not a lot of that dirty comedy that you get.
Even though I'm sure he has plenty of that tucked away somewhere, but
depends on the venue.
Well, thank you for.
Yeah, I mean, there seems to be this misconception that dirty comedy equals funny or not funny, or clean comedy equals funny or not funny. To me, funny equals funny, and every audience maybe has their own sensitivities, and depending on the venue, you adjust. But
thank you so much for joining us today on the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll see you next week and every week from 3 to 4 on Sundays here at 10:30 a.m. The Voice. We'll have Chef Seth from Arizona Sands Club next week, so check it out. Thank you to our special guests and sponsors, Chef Andrea, Kiki Rogers, Country Financial Insurance, Vera Oral Premium Beef, Veteran Rescue Mission, The Guys Next Door, Pitcher Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Dirty Cactus Soap, ERC Junction, Bella's Gelato, and Mafia Kitchen. I'm your host, Wesley Source. Stay tasty, Tucson.